Hello friends, welcome to our Spark series. In our today's session, we are going to see a Spark scenario based question, and this question I have already asked in the FB page. If you haven't joined the FB page, I will give it in the description link. Please go ahead and join. We will have more updates on the Spark related questions there. And coming back, today's question is if you are working in real time IoT based streaming data or else from the weblog streaming data, then you would have often encountered it like we have a file in which we will have all the columns as string, and one of the column might be of type JSON. Even if it is of type string, the content inside that column is of type JSON. You can see here, and our end goal is to flatten the data that is available inside the string and make it as a separate column. This is our use case for today's video. Now let us solve this in our demo. Let us get started. I had opened a Jupyter Lab, and here we can see I have opened a dummy2.csv, which is our input file for our today's demo, and we have three columns as I shown in the question. And in this request column we have a JSON format. It is truncated since it is a CSV. So now let us move on to our py file. I have already created it. I will walk through you. I have initiated the first two commands, that is nothing but find spark initiation and also the spark session initiated. Let us read our input file. Here we can see like I am using a escape sequence as well. Since we are reading a file which has a request column which is of JSON type, there might be a issue with the codes which is available inside that column. So what I am doing is like I am escaping the codes inside that CSV file, and also there might be a chances of multi-line file if there is a long request that is coming on. So I am giving multi-line as true, and finally I am reading a CSV file. Let me execute this command and print the schema for you guys. Also let me show the content inside it. So we can observe we have two columns from the file. In our today's demo, we are not only going to see the answer, we are going to see what are the ways available to do it, and also we are going to learn what is a JSON tuple and to JSON, and from JSON these three functions with respect to JSON available inside our PySpark. So these are all the three things that we are going to learn today. Let us check on what is the first method. We can do this using a JSON tuple. Let us see how we can do that. So what I am doing is like since it is a column which is of type string and also has a JSON content in it, we can directly use JSON tuple. The syntax for using it is JSON tuple, and we will have a column name which is of type type string and a format of JSON, and which is the column that we need to take out here. So here you can see we have a column of request, and inside that we need the response. So first level of first level of filtering the field and taking the column out. So what this will result in, like we will have a column which has only a response, and we are dropping the request column. Let me show you this so that you can understand it better. Okay, I haven't run this. Let me run this. So here you can see the difference, like our request column has started with the response, but now our response has been truncated, and we are having only the message that we need, message ID, longitude, latitude. That is only the things that we have. So by this way we will be able to truncate and we will be do that. But the disadvantage that is in JSON tuple is we should know the column name that is being used. So here you can see like we need a request column and then we need a response column, like that. And now on top of that I am dropping the request column, which is not needed now since I have filtered and I have executed. So I need only C01 column. So from this, I am again using a JSON tuple, which will extract the things that we need. For example, we need message ID, latitude, longitude, and I'm giving alias name for those things. Since we will have it as C01, C02, I don't want that. So I'm giving it as alias name, and I'm dropping the C01 column. Let me execute this. So here you can find it like the column has been flattened. And also remember one thing, like we should give a same as that of, it is case sensitive, JSON tuple is case sensitive. So we have to give the same as that of column name. Even if I give it as, say for example, I'm giving it as ID and I'm executing it, you can observe here, I'm having it as a null. So it will execute, it will accept the case sensitive. So we should be careful while executing a JSON tuple. And also remember, this method will be used only when we know the column name that we are going to extract. So the next method that we are going to see is from JSON. This is the preferable method in which we can iterate through the columns and take the columns automatically. So for that, what I'm doing is, first I am we need, for this from JSON we need a schema as well. We will not be able to execute this function without schema. We need two parameters. One is our string column, and another one should be a schema of this JSON column that we are going to give. So for taking the JSON column, what I am doing is, first I am converting that JSON type column into a RDD. Let me execute this. You can see here that this is of type RDD. Also I will show what is the content available inside it. I will give a collect and show. So nothing but we are having a columns that is inside that. So what I'm doing is, now I'm directly giving this RDD inside our select statement. You can see. I'm directly giving this line here inside spark.read.json. Our spark.read.json will accept three parameters. One is a string, or else a list, or else RDD. Now here we are passing the RDD, and we need a schema. I mean, like if we give dot schema, we will get the schema of this JSON string that we are passing. Like, let me show you after executing this. I'm executing this, and let me show you what is available in this in schema. So here we can see the column that we have as a request is being converted into a struct type, and we are having like this. So now we are able to change, we are able to extract the schema of the column of the column request, which is of string type. Now what we are doing is, like we are going to extract the each columns, and we are going to flatten the data. For that, for extracting the number of columns that is available inside the JString, here you can see I'm going to give it as JString. Actually this should be the next command, but I have given it the previous one. Let me give it here, and let me delete this. So I'm executing this. So here what I did is, inside from JSON I have given the request column and the schema that I have delivered from the above line. So by this way we are able to get a column of JSON string which is of struct type. Let me show you the schema of this input JSON. You can find we have a JSON str which is of type struct. Inside that again we have a response of struct. So in this way we are able to change the request of string column into a struct column. So by this way we will be able to extract and flatten the data. So now I am going to pass this JSON str, and I am going to get each and every columns that is available inside this JSON str. For that I am let me show you the check. So this check I am going to pass it inside a select statement to get all the columns. Let me execute this line as well. So by this way we will be able to flatten the data, and this is the most preferred approach when we are dealing with this kind of data. So again you can ask, we had three methods like from JSON and then JSON tuple, and what is the use case for the to JSON? So if you want to convert a JSON type into a I mean to say, like we have a struct type and you have to convert it back into the JSON type format, then at that time you will use a JSON to JSON. So let me execute it. You can find like our to JSON has converted it into a JSON type. So it is converting a struct to JSON. So for this to JSON we need an input as a struct type. We will not be able to pass a string column, it should be a struct type. So by this way we will be able to flatten the data from the CSV's JSON formatted file into a separate columns. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and also give a thumbs up signal to this video if you like my content. Also share this video with your friends if you find it useful. Thanks for watching, guys.